So, I want to tell you a little story about how I became a Beachbody coach. So, my coach had been asking me to join her for probably 9 months. I was dealing and struggling with postpartum depression after my second child was born, my daughter Lena. Me and my husband had moved to Newport when she was only 4 months old, and we left. So where we were living before was with my mom, and I had a huge amount of family to help. And we moved to Newport. He's Navy. We moved to Newport, and I had no friends, no family close by, nobody to really help us like move into our new home. I had just had to give away my dog, who I loved, and I had a baby that, as beautiful as she was, cried and cried every night from about 7 or 8 p.m. until at least 11:30 at night. It was hours, and she wouldn't breastfeed, she wouldn't take a bottle, it was awful. Like, even looking back on it now, it exhausts me. It was exhausting. And I had a 2.5-year-old acid that I had to take care of, who was up at 6 o'clock in the morning, all bright and cheery and happy and ready to go with her day. And my husband was working long hours, and I spiraled, and I started drinking. Me and my husband started fighting all the time. I mean, I think I was finding everything wrong with everything under the moon. It was really ugly. And eventually I went to a doctor's appointment, and you know how they give you those mental health checklists? And even though I knew how to pass it, I think we all know how to pass it by checking the right yeses and nos to all the questions. And I got to a couple of the questions, and I remember saying to myself, like, I know what I should put, but if I tell the truth, like, what would happen? If I tell them that I'm not well, that I need help, that I'm feeling lonely and sad and depressed and unhappy with life, like, what will happen? Like, do they take your kids away? And I said to myself, I was a major in psychology, and so I'm like, of course they don't take your kids away. And I knew that. And so I told the truth on the forms, and they brought a psychiatrist in, a resident therapist, to come see me at that doctor's appointment right then. And we just kind of chatted about what's been going on, and I was very honest with him about just how I was feeling and everything going on in life. And I started seeing him weekly, which was probably a total lifesaver, marriage saver, everything saver for me and my family. And that's when I started kind of climbing out of the rut. And even though I was starting to get clarity on the way I was feeling, I still didn't have it all together. I was still eating horribly. I was still taking my stress out on the refrigerator and the bottle, and everything was just blah. So that summer, I decided I was gonna run a half marathon. I was like, you know what, I need something to like motivate me and take my mind off this. And that's when my coach started kind of following me. Was she saw me running all the time and kept saying, hey, you should jump in this group with me. You could use the extra accountability. And I was like, no, I don't need it. Thanks so much. I love what you do, and you work out, and you're so motivating, but I'm all set. Same thing people tell me nowadays, actually, is what I told her over and over again. I did run that half marathon with my sister. We did a 10K that summer. Even looking back at the pictures from those races, I can't believe how heavy I had gotten. And I was in total denial about it. Like, I had no idea. And so fast forward, we moved to Florida after leaving Newport. And I was really scared at first. I didn't have a therapist down there, and I had only been in therapy for like 8 months, but I was feeling a lot better. And I decided not to go to therapy. Well, my marriage started hitting the fan again, and I reached out to Meg and was just like, I think I need this and I want to do it. And I know myself, and just being a part of a group isn't enough. I would like to sign up as a coach so that I can sort of see what that's all about. And here I am. So I launched into my first program with Beachbody like it was a lifeline for me. And it kind of was. And my results from my first 21-day fix were incredible. I lost, I think it was 11 pounds. I couldn't believe the before and after transformation in the bikini photos that I had taken. I did my next program with her was Core de Force, and I loved it. I did not follow the nutrition plan on Core de Force the way I should, but I still had an incredible before and after transformation. And then my marriage, like becoming, they say exercise sends out those happiness endorphins. Well, the confidence that it gave me and the perspective that I had on myself and who I was and how I had been behaving, and my transformation with the way I ate, all of it transpired into me being a much better wife to my husband and a much, much better mom to my babies. And my business grew, and now we ended up having baby number 3, and our marriage couldn't be better. And here I am now. Now we're living in Virginia again. I feel like, God, we moved so much since I started this. But now we're back in Virginia. I'm building an incredible team of women who also want to inspire other moms to find themselves, to grab that thing that makes you tick again. Because it's not all about your kids, and it's not all about your husband. And one day the kids are going to grow up, and where does that leave you? Like, we need to have something. And for me, this is my something. I love teaching people how to eat better. I love helping people have incredible transformations. I enjoy being your coach and being that person that you say, like, hey, can I do this? Or teaching you how to make delicious mocktails. I was a bartender for forever, so one of my favorite things is making healthy cocktail recipes or mocktail recipes, because hello, I was pregnant for like ever, seems like forever, while I was a coach, and all I could do was drink mocktails all the time, and they were delicious. And so that's my story. Now I'm here, and I'm happy, and I'm just enjoying life.